Alright guys, so with the release of Black Lemonade Cookie as well as Parfait and Mango Cookies Magic Candy, the arena meta has shifted a little bit and a little bit more comms has been added to the variety that we have gotten so far. So I wanted to kind of update the PvP tier list after about, I would say, almost 2 weeks of me releasing that initial one. So it's been about 3 weeks since the release of Rockstar as well as Shining Glitter. And I gotta say, there are some changes to make the tier list a little bit more viable for newer players to look at and see exactly which ones are going to be good. But just keep in mind that this tier list is based on my opinion as well as my experience within the pure vanilla server, reaching around Grandmaster 3, 2, and 1 even sometimes, but finishing around Grandmaster 3 most of the time. But let's get into the tier list right away here. Alright guys, so before we continue on with the video, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that's going to be no other than Dev Sisters. And this time around, it's not going to be for Cookie Run Kingdom, but for the newest mobile game that is going to be released, and that is going to be called Brick City. For those of you guys who are wondering what Brick City is going to be a new game set in the year 2523, where your main objective is to build a city to revive the once polluted and abandoned earth using these so-called bricks. And these bricks are miraculous building blocks which will allow you to build pretty much anything within your imagination with this purifying energy. And not only that, as you guys continue to play this game, you guys are going to be able to visit different cities and have the opportunity to discover new Brick City residents known as people to join your own city. So dive into an immersive and fun yet calming new game in which you can let your imagination run free. Currently right now, pre-registration as well as early access application for Brick City is going to be open. Additional good news is that for those who are going to be pre-registering, there are also going to be in-game reward for you to claim within Cookie Run Kingdom. And additional to all of that, Dev Sisters are actually going to be hosting a building challenge for all of the Brick City's early access participants, and one winner out of that building challenge is actually going to be granted a total of $1,500 in gift cards. So don't wait any further guys, and go to either the link down in the description or scan the QR code on this screen right now to go sign up and to learn more about Brick City and the upcoming events. And once again, thank you Dev Sisters for the sponsor, and let's get back into the video. But quickly before we get into the meta, SS as well as the S tier, let's just go over the D tier, C tier, B tier, and A tier, which have slightly changed here and there. But let's go over the D tier first, and it is going to be Sonic, Tails, Fig, as well as Pastry. We got Chili Pepper, Dark Choco, Lilac, Kumio, Raspberry, Sparkling, Snow Sugar, as well as Tiger Lily and Black Raisin. So one cookie that has actually gotten out of here is going to be Mango, and Mango is going to be placed a little bit higher than what he initially was with the Magic Candy now. Alright, and the C tier is going to be Milk, Strawberry Crepe, as well as our Cocoa. We got Moon Rabbit, Cherry Blossom, Poison Mushroom, Affogato, Almond, Pumpkin Pie, as well as Mint Choco, Twizzy Gummy, and Licorice with the Magic Candy, and Candy Diver. So I've actually dropped Milk Cookie with the Magic Candy as well as Licorice Cookie with the Magic Candy to C tier because of the fact that more epic cookies are becoming viable, and these two are honestly not going to be as good as even B tier, and they're just really average. All right, even with the Magic Candy, I don't really recommend you guys to use them. And honestly, if it's not special occasions like, you know, with the boss hunt, Licorice as well as Milk will probably not be used for most of the game modes. All right, B tier is going to be Royal Margarine as well as Caramel Arrow. We got Crunchy Chip, we got Sorbet, Cream Unicorn, Pomegranate Carol, as well as Cotton Macaron. We got Clotted Cream, Latte with the Magic Candy, Espresso with the Magic Candy, as well as Oyster and Rye with the Magic Candy. So you guys can see that Latte, Espresso, Rye, Oyster, Clotted Cream, Carol has all been dropped to B tier. And the reason why is not because they are any worse or anything like that. It's just that within the arena, within the meta right now, within how the trend is going, these DPS as well as supports are not being used too much. You know, the crit meta is revolved around new crit cookies, and someone like Carol and Oyster are just not able to fit in because they're just better options. And then Latte, Espresso, and Rye, and even Clouded Cream, the trend of DPSs are not revolving around them anymore either. They are still decently strong, but not as good as what you will get from the top tier cookies. And then our A tier is going to be Tartatan, as well as Milky Way, Queen of Man, Red Velvet, Dark Cacao, Financier, Sea Fairy, Prophet, Purple Yam with the Magic Candy, Vampire with the Magic Candy, and Eclair. So you guys can see that I've dropped Vampire, Purple Yam, as well as Eclair, and even Milky Way down to the A tier now. And these guys are pretty good, but again, they're just not going to be used inside of the meta too much anymore, because we do have a lot of different tanks that are still being used, like Purple Yam and Milky Way. Milky Way especially has been kind of replaced by T-Knight for that one-shot comp. Vampire 2 is not really used too much anymore, because the backlane are pretty darn tanky now, especially with a lot of the buffs and debuff immunity and things like that going on. Eclair is going to pretty much be replaced by someone like Mango now, because Mango is able to do a little bit more damage than Eclair, and also is able to have a shield and put weakening that is gonna be a little bit slightly better than what Eclair is able to do at max stack. So Mango is pretty much taking Eclair's spot right here inside of the tier list, so that's the reason why I've dropped him. But let's get into the meta now, guys, and that is pretty much where this trend of the arena is going right now after the release of Black Lemonade, as well as the 2 Magic Candies. And we got Holleberry here, we got T-Knight, of course, with the Magic Candy, we got Pataya, Moonlight, Stardust still the same, and then we got now Shining Glitter up into the meta tier, and we still got Sherbet here kicking it, and we got Rockstar, Snapdragon, as well as, in my opinion, Parfait with the Magic Candy. Alright, so the 2 new additions are going to be Shining Glitter as well as Parfait with the Magic Candy. Shining Glitter right now is absolutely insane inside of the arena, so we have finally gotten combos where, we have Parfait keeping Shining Glitter alive with that extra HP buff as well as debuff immunity, and also with Shining Glitter having that glitter buff, which is going to decrease the amount of crit damage that your team is going to take. The amount of damage that you guys will take is significantly decreased, and it increases the survivability of Shining Glitter. And she's also now able to be used even without Black Lemonade, because again, she is able to survive. She's able to do that consistent zap damage, prevent HP shields. She's also able to again decrease the amount of damage that she takes, as well as the other cookies in your team takes. And then now combined with something like Parfait and Holleberry, the damage you guys take significantly decreases. So I have to say, Parfait as well as Shining Glitter are probably going to be now the meta as of right now. A lot of comps are revolving around them, just like how it is right now with someone like Sherbet, Stardust, as well as Moonlight. So there you guys go. Those are the 2 new additions to the meta. And now going into the SS tier is going to be our Space Donut, still with that one-shot comp. We got Capsaicin, we got Black Lemonade here, we got our Squid Ink with the Magic Candy, Captain Caviar, we got Black Pearl, as well as our Frost Queen. We got Pure Vanilla, we got Herb, as well as BTS. So from the meta tier, I have dropped Capsaicin to the SS tier. A little bit less of Capsaicin being used now, especially because there's a lot more different comps going on, especially with Parfait providing 50% debuff resist, as well as extra defense and shields and things like that. It's a little bit harder to do a ton of damage all at once, especially from the burn. And also we got Black Lemonade, who is able to just absolutely shred some tanks inside of the team, like Holleberry, T-Knight, as well as Pataya. And also we just got the classic one-shot comp. Black Pearl is still in there because of the one-shot comp viability as well. We got Frost Queen still being used here and there for that Frost comp, but in my opinion, she might be coming down relatively soon, because of the fact that now Sherbet is only kind of being used to counter Pataya, and also now with Parfait with the debuff immunity, it might slightly just be harder for her to become viable inside of the meta. And also Pure Vanilla, just keep in mind, guys, just because Pure Vanilla is not the meta inside of the arena doesn't mean that Pure Vanilla is bad. All right, yes, he has kind of reigned inside of the arena for about a good 7 months until Rockstar came out, but the release with someone like Shining Glitter, Pure Vanilla has a harder time to heal, provide that HP shield that he used to be really good for. And also with Parfait now, Pure Vanilla is slightly lacking, but of course he still is being used here and there, just like someone like BTS as well as Herb, for situational purposes, as well as if you guys don't have someone like Parfait with the Magic Candy or Snapdragon, or even someone like Rockstar. So he's still good. Also, he is the only cookie right now still being able to alleviate injury, which is amazing inside of the PvE aspect of things. So he's not completely gone. He hasn't been completely replaced like before, because he still has that unique ability. All right, now moving on to the last tier, S tier. It's going to be Madeline with the magic candy, Molotov with the magic candy, Werewolf with the magic candy, Wildberry with or without the magic candy. We got Charles or Brute, and then we got Mango with the magic candy. We got Pinecone, Blueberry Pie, Prune Juice, as well as Cream Puff with the magic candy. So you guys can see these tanks right here are still going to be the S tier. They're pretty darn decent. You know, secondary tank or even main tank if you guys do not have anyone from the meta or SS tier here. And then the one that has been raised from D tier all the way up to S tier is going to be Mango. Of course, there is that RNG factor, but once you guys do get Mango's magic candy up to about level 20, even 30, the damage output is increased and also allows your other cookies to do more damage with the weakening as well. So yes, it does take a while, but he is definitely not as bad as he was in D tier, and he is slightly more viable than Eclair because he gets the HP shield when casting a spell rather than when enemy cookies die. All right, so in my opinion, that is a bit better, and also that's the reason why he's being used inside of the Red Velvet Dragon instead of Eclair now. And also just the rest of them, you know, especially someone like Molotov as well as Werewolf are still being used here and there to counter one-shot comps. Wildberry and Brute are still really good tanks for most average players. And so that's pretty much going to conclude my PvP tier list here for the end of July after the release of Black Lemonade as well as Parfait and Mango Cookies Magic Candy. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about the tier list. If you guys have any changes or anything like that, please let me know down in the comments below. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.